And we're live. We got Coach Sly here, the newest consultant, coach, mentor, guru. I don't know what you want to call it, for the University of Miami Hurricane football team. Congrats on the job.
Congrats on the relationship, pretty much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But how did it happen?
Well, the main thing was to stay local. You know, I have young kids.
Yeah.
And moving them around, I didn't really think was good for, them at that age. So I like the area. And I have a bunch of kids that are now at University of Miami. And
that helps.
Yeah. And a lot that want to go there. So I want to stay local and be accessible to the kids that I've always been accessible to. And since a lot of them are there, it makes it easy to be accessible to my kids that I've always been accessible to. So sometimes they come to me in Betty T or somewhere, neutral site, and we go over the craft.
The craft.
Correct. You know the craft.
I know the craft.
So that's it's a term that other people really don't get, They think it's just, I guess, footwork or something like that. That's where they come up with this footwork thing. But it's really using the responsibilities of other people against them. And I guess you can see it through the footwork, but that footwork thing is a myth.
What does that mean? Because I hear that all the time with like ladder drills, footwork, quick feet, or whatever. Like, what do you mean footwork is a myth?
Exactly that. Like,
because it has nothing to do with actual route running.
No.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do with route running. I can get plenty of people that can do a ladder and they can't run a route. I get plenty of people that can run routes and they've never seen a ladder. So
there are a bunch of guys who could just run fast and can't run routes.
Correct. So there's not really a correlation. There's plenty of people at the mall that fit the profile, 6'2", 192. They might run fast, but if they don't have the craft, they're going to stay at the mall. And it's the same thing in recruiting. So there's a lot of guys that get recruited through their physical profile and don't have a skill set. So then they end up overrated or a bust or whatever term the general pop comes up with.
So what had, like, Coach Cristobal reached out to you? You reached out to the school? Because I know you're close with X and Josiah Trader. Like, those are the two guys, right, that you've had that are in Miami?
Zay, X.
Who's Zay?
Zay Zaquan.
Okay, yeah. From Chaminade.
Correct.
Okay, but he's on defense, though.
Correct.
Right, yeah.
I'm a fan of the program, not the receivers. There you go. There's also Ryan Mack is there.
Okay.
There'll be there. Chance Robinson.
Next year, though.
Yeah, they'll be on campus next year. Yeah.
Right.
But being accessible to the guys that I'm always been accessible to has been important.
And so what does it mean? You're on the field coaching? You're just watching tape with the guys? You're, like, helping recruiting?
Oh, no, I'm outside of the actual program. So when they're outside of the program, they're usually with me.
Okay.
In their own time. And it's been like that for years. So
right. So it's just a continuation of what it was before.
Correct.
Okay. So nothing changes then?
Not really. Just the
But are you kind of like funneling guys now to the school, kind of, or how does it?
They get more familiar with the program, and they're familiar with the guys that are at the program, so that inherently makes them more familiar. People like familiarity.
Yeah.
People love familiarity.
This is true?
Yeah.
This is true. I like Dawson. I met Dawson the other day.
He's a great guy.
The offensive coordinator.
Smart guy, great guy.
Very smart.
Uh-huh.
I met him at Pro Day.
Yeah, he's a good person, too. I like
Seems
him.
like a good guy.
Yep, knows what he's doing. So
throw the ball a lot, too, which is what you want as a receiver.
You said
air raid, kind of. He was talking to me a little bit about the system. It's not exactly air raid, but he kind of made a few modifications around it. A lot of RPO stuff, spreading the ball around.
A lot of concepts.
Good quarterback. Cam probably goes. He has a good year. He might go first round. Possibly 1 or 2 first-round receivers.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's still a process, but yeah, we should have the production.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Where do you think X goes?
What, team-wise, round-wise?
Round, yeah.
Oh, I hope he goes first.
Me too.
Yeah. Sheesh, what do you mean? That's a whole process that has so many moving parts.
Yeah.
But his production this year should answer all those questions. He was first team All-ACC.
Mm-hmm.
That's those guys usually are early guys.
That's
Especially at skill
true.
position.
But the evaluation thing's hard, though, because a guy that we know is going to be a dog in the league can go late because of, like, bad times, bad combine drills or whatever. Like, that stuff's weird. When I look at the 40 times at the combine, like, a lot of those guys don't pan out, which is weird. Like, starting with John Ross and then, like, go down the list of, like, the 10 fastest. Besides Chris Johnson, who else ran a freaky time that had a really good NFL career? It's weird. And we still put such a high priority on it. It makes no sense to me.
Doesn't Tyreek run a fast 40? I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't even think he went to the combine.
Oh. Wow.
I could look it up right now.
Wow.
What do you think Tyreek ran?
If he ran the combine, I would say 431, 428, somewhere around there.
Tyreek Hill, 40 time. 429.
There you go. 428. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like that. Looks like it.
Yeah, but I just feel like more often than not, those guys don't pan out.
Because people want them to run fast. It's hard to play running fast like that.
As in, it's hard to control your body?
Yeah, it's hard to play football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if body control is important in football, then yeah, it makes it harder. I was a fast guy. I was a 10-400 guy. So I know that running fast makes it really hard to adjust to the ball. And then there's only 2 or 3 deep balls a game.
That's true.
Unless you are out west, take a couple shots. But you throw the ball twice, 2 or 3 times a game to a deep ball, and you already decided who you're throwing to. You recruit that person for that, or you drafted them for that. So I don't know why either. So it only matters to the guy you're throwing deep to, really.
Yeah. It's kind of like with the quarterback position where, like, size used to be this big thing.
Still is.
Less, though.
Yeah.
Less. That guys like Baker came along, and, I mean, he's not a Hall of Fame caliber guy yet, per se, but he's had a good career. And Kyler's played well and guys like that.
It's a lot less about size and mechanics now. It's more about production and ball placement.
Yeah. Or even arm strength is the other one. Like they had Joe Milton throwing 70 yards or something.
Right.
And I'm like,
when are you gonna
dude, I don't know. Like,
when are you going to throw 70 yards?
Never.
When you're going to run the 4.2. That 70-yard bomb is the 4.2 catches it.
Yeah.
They don't happen much.
Even a deep ball, that's going to be completed like 38 to 45 max.
Max, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good team.
Right.
So it's
your ball placement is everything. That's how, like, a guy like Brock Purdy becomes a top 10 guy in the league.
Even though he doesn't have all the measurable.
Crazy arm. He's not big. Goes into a good system with good players and good ball placement.
People are scared of ridicule. So if I don't recruit someone or draft someone that fits the profile and they don't pan out, then I look like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. But if I draft a 6'2" guy that runs a 4.4, I can say, hey, he was 6'2", he ran a 4.4. He just didn't have heart. You can blame it on something else.
Or like character or something.
Yeah, you can just say, oh, he doesn't try hard, he's lazy. He doesn't have what it takes. But it had nothing to do with that. He was never a good football player.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
That's weird, huh?
No.
I wonder when it's going to change.
No, it's not. It's consistent.
It's just human nature? We just want, like, the flashy big guy?
No, we want to be right. So you'll ridicule me if I pick a guy that busts if he doesn't fit your profile. If he fits your profile, you'll blame him. But if he doesn't, you'll blame me. Everyone knows that. So no one's going to go out and draft a Restrepo unless he fits all your physical profiles, even though he's been the most productive guy there is, Yeah. But what if he, I don't know, isn't whatever? You're going to say it's because he's short. You should have known better. Or he's not this. Yeah. When he's the best football player there is on the team, then you're going to say, oh, he's a hard worker. You're going to blame him on something else. You'll say he's a hard worker. He tries hard. He's
high football IQ.
High football IQ. He really gets in the playbook. It's nothing to do with that. He understands the craft and the skill set. So it doesn't matter how fast or tall you are. That's some big myth. The same thing with mechanics and a quarterback. No one cares about that anymore. No, that's old. That's like, oh, it's mechanics. Man, I talk to college coaches all the time. No one cares about that.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they say?
They want ball placement. They want first downs. They want completions. Yeah. That's all. And on game day.
Does that audio just change?
I just hit something.
And we're back. What were we saying?
We were talking about the myth of mechanics.
Oh, yeah, where college coaches aren't as concerned with that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No coaches, NFL coaches either. They want Purdy's that's going to throw the ball and move the chain, have first downs.
I don't know, though, because I think Drake May still might go top 5 because of his size.
Yeah, or maybe because of his production, and then he has the size to match. That validates the production. They all go together.
Yeah.
Got to produce first. If it doesn't matter what size he is, if he doesn't produce, they're not looking at him.
Yeah. So for people who don't know what the craft is, could you explain that?
It is a mental advantage that allows you to win pre-snap.
Just understanding. This is for receivers, understanding coverage, leverage, and how to be quarterback friendly. Like sitting in windows, knowing not to get covered, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a lot more involved.
Right.
But I'm not going to say too much. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much.
Can't give the whole recipe.
I mean, even if I told them, they probably wouldn't figure it out because I tell people all the time, I have to retell them, reteach them.
Well, it has to be shown, too, on the field. You can't just...
Yeah, they have to have a point of reference.
Yeah.
So if they have a mental point of reference, I'll be able to recreate the scenario and give them the wins. There's wins in every scenario. It's an offensive game. It's made to win. Made for the offense to win.
This is true.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also entertaining is fast guys and big guys, so the profile is relevant again. Remember, especially like the NFL, it's an entertainment league first. You have to entertain. So when they run out of the stadium, they want to say, "Hey, that guy runs a 4.2," even though when we're on the 9-yard line going in, it doesn't matter what he runs anymore, right?
Yeah, Wes Welker looks a little different than DK.
Right. Yeah, people want Wes Welker stats, but they want DK's autograph.
Right. Yeah. Dang, that's a good line. You know who I saw? So I went to the Dillard Chaminade game this past year, my old school. And I saw, I think this was before Jeremiah Smith got ranked like #1 player in the country and all that. I mean, he was still a 5-star and all this, but I was like, okay, let me see. I wanted to see my old school, but I also want to see them play against a really good team.
Right.
And I think Chaminade was ranked like 2nd in the country or something like this. Right. And this dude scored like 3-4 touchdowns in the first. It was actually insane. And I didn't realize he was a Sly guy, a premier athlete guy.
You should have known when you saw him.
Yeah, when I saw him going crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
And apparently he's going crazy at Ohio State too now. They're saying they can't keep him off the field. Yeah.
Right.
What do you think about JJ?
He's the most consistent kid I had in the last 10 years, probably. Never missed.
Really?
Yeah, he never missed. Restrepo was very consistent too.
Yeah.
But he's been the most consistent person I've had in the program ever. He and George Rushing.
George was a dog.
Yeah, those were the guys that never missed. For years, they were the most consistent people. And he really understands every intricacy. There's intricacies to each leverage.
Yeah.
There's going to be, because remember, you're trying to manipulate. You're trying to manipulate someone that doesn't know what you're doing. So once you know that, and you know that what their responsibility is, it's easy.
Yeah. And physically too, like when you pair that with his size and speed.
It didn't matter what he looked like. He was going to catch it. He was going to be open.
No, I know he's going to get open, but I'm saying when you add that to a 6'4" frame who could move too.
That makes him a highly recruited profile.
Right.
So all my kids have the same skill set. Everyone has the same skill set. It's just that what body do they use the skill set in? If you use it in, Braverman's body, remember Danny? If you use it in Braverman's body, then you're 5th round, But that same exact skill set. Yeah. But he was not black,
Right.
Jewish kid.
Yeah, short white kid.
Yeah, there you go. You said
Sneaky athletic.
It's not sneaky athletic.
No, that's what people say. I'm saying.
Yeah, there's always some label for things that don't
fit.
If they don't fit directly into the pegs, they're going to make up things. They'll say, oh, he is sneaky athletic.
Yeah.
Or he's, what are the other key words when
grinder.
Yeah. Hard worker.
First one in, last one out.
Yeah, they know what they're doing already, bro. It's easy to be motivated when you know you have an advantage.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. It's easy to be motivated when you know you have an advantage. So they work harder. They know that they're winning already. It's been like this forever.
It's easy to stay motivated when you know you have the advantage.
Correct.
So every time someone lines up in front of you,
they're going to win.
Yeah. And it gives you confidence too.
Yeah. You have to keep them down, keep them humble.
Is that an issue?
Yeah, don't keep them. Remember, I had a lot of,
There's characters.
Characters.
We never really had too many issues, I don't think.
Because we handled them before they became too big of a deal.
Really?
Yeah, it's mostly receivers though. They have
Receivers always,
have a different personality than quarterbacks per se. You're a
This
quarterback.
is true.
You're a quarterback. You always had a little more maturity. Those guys, remember, there's an opposite for everything in the universe.
Mhm.
So there's an opposite of deep, deep depression.
Mm.
So you have to handle that.
Yeah, handling receivers is hard.
Whatever that is.
It's yeah. Receivers don't understand there's a full concept. Like, even if you complete a ball and they're like, "Yo, I was open," I'm like, "You were the third read here." Like,
Right.
I don't know. Some guys don't understand. It gets annoying. I'm like,
Yeah, they don't understand the
Yeah.
entire gambit. If they understand the entire gambit, if they know that, they'll know that they're the third read.
Yeah.
And that I shouldn't get open until now.
And coaches will tell you too with some of those characters, like, feed them the ball early in the first quarter, otherwise you'll lose them the rest of the game. Like, they'll like feed balls to them, like screens, easy balls.
That sounds like a head case.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of receivers though.
No,
at least the ones I've been around.
Oh, I've never had those.
I played JUCO, man. It's
Oh,
crazy.
there you go.
Yeah.
I went to Miami, Ohio, and those are more.
Right. I mean, I've seen all of it. Gone to like, it wasn't like that at Vanderbilt, but
Oh, there you go.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
It'll be the same type of crowd as Miami
right.
University.
Yeah.
Miami University is where I went.
Good school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great school.
Great school.
Mhm.
You were there with Big Ben, yeah?
Yeah, that was my
Or
recruit.
he was, yeah, you hosted him?
Yeah, that was my recruit. Yeah. Tried to get him on the field.
Oh, because it was your senior year, his freshman year.
Correct.
Good guy?
Great guy.
You like him?
Yeah, he's a Miami guy. We are forced to like each other. That's just what it is. You go to my school
Is
and
that how it is? It's like a,
fraternity,
yeah.
football frat, yeah. Doesn't matter if you played in the 60s or the other day. You're cool with me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, though, to host someone and he becomes, an actual legend. I think legend gets thrown around. I say it all the time, but
Yeah.
legitimately
Yeah.
one of the best football players of all time, which
Yeah.
is like crazy.
Yeah.
You met this dude when you were 20.
Yeah, he was 17, yeah. And he was thinking about going to Ohio State to play tight end, and he had an offer from Duke at quarterback. And I told him, this is the place.
Mm-hmm.
We're the conference that throw the ball. I understood the concept. I understood the process at
How to
that point.
recruit.
Yeah, I know how to
Well,
get to the next level.
How to build the resume.
Correct. You need a resume to go to the next level. And he already had that physical profile that everyone loves so much. So you're tall, you're tall and you're a big guy. Though if you have stats, they'll make you prove that you're not good.
Mm.
That's an advantage.
He already fit the mold, yeah.
Yeah, that's an advantage of a physical profile.
Yeah. What happened with JJ with his recruiting? Why didn't he go to Miami?
Miami, I guess, was in his eyes later in his recruiting process. I'm not sure exactly. I wasn't.
So Ohio State recruited him earlier.
Yeah, that was, I think, one of his first offers, if not the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a cool first offer, or
Yeah.
early on.
Yeah, and it was committable. He committed it pretty early too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought he was uncommitted until signing it. Or maybe it was like a silent commit or something.
Well, when I was talking to him about it, it seemed as if
He wanted to go there.
It seemed as if that was the, he doesn't talk that much, but
Yeah, I've never met him. I heard he's quiet. Yeah.
but I can deduct. I've known him long enough to see his
Yeah, you
body
can
language.
see,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's never said it. Yeah. But
Is it Heartline? Is it because of that? Because I know a lot of receivers want to play for him. Or is it just the history of, the Marvin Harrisons of the world, the Smith, and and Jigba?
right.
All the guys like Garrett Wilson. It's kind of, I don't know if it's wide receiver but it's up there the last few years.
Yeah, they've been producing, and those guys there had a similar skill set. Wasn't quite as clean, but it was similar, so we knew it would be accepted there.
Yeah. He looks like Marvin physically, I think.
But Marvin's a senior.
Which is crazy.
Guy's a high school kid.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
supposed to be in high school.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's early enrollee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
So we
you
got
make a
a-
good point.
Marvin's a grown-up.
Yeah. Who's like one of the, like, do you go into like the draft analyst stuff, or not really? You just work your guys. Like, are you looking into like the Marvins, the Neighbors, the Brian Thomas guys coming out? Odunze.
I usually see a game or two and can decide. It takes me
Really?
like-
You could see it that quickly?
Yeah, sticks out like a sore thumb.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like the craft, the skill set is easy. Like, it's like if they don't do it right, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts for me to watch. So if they're okay on my eyes, then they're good.
So who are the guys coming out that you like?
I haven't watched college football this year. Really,
Okay, yeah.
but I usually go fishing during the football season. I'm daddy during the football season. I'm coach in the off season.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to really keep up.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be a good class though. But I don't know. I'm not. I could look at a quarterback and kind of deduce what you're saying. But for a receiver, unless I throw with them, it's hard. Just on tape, I'm like, yeah, the dude's big and fast. Like, I'd love to throw to him. Oh. You know? Until I actually throw to him, do one-on-ones with him, and then I can kind of figure, oh, dude, like, I like throwing to this guy. He doesn't have, like our earlier conversation, doesn't have to be the fastest, doesn't have to be the biggest, but there's something about he gets separation. He gives me, I know where he's going to be on this comeback.
There you go.
I can trust him.
Continuity, you can trust him.
Yep, that's bigger than anything.
And then on third down, you'll go to him. On first down, you'll go to the guy you like the most. On third down, you go to the guy you trust the most.
Yeah.
That's really how it works.
It's 3rd and 7. He's got to dig. He's wrapping this outside linebacker. I know he's not going to run to get covered.
He's going to win.
Yeah, he's going to win. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
He knew that. You knew that pre-snap, and he did too.
Yeah.
And so he looked at you in the huddle with some confidence, like, throw me the ball.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, or just even like you get a hot off the edge, and like I know he's gonna do the right thing, and just convert it or something like that.
You can trust.
There's guys you can trust, and that's. It seems like that's X on Miami's team too.
Of course, and there'll be X on anybody's team.
Yeah, or Tyler was his guy though. Tyler was feeding him.
Tyler.
I think Cam will too.
Tyler trusted him, and now the
they
others.
were boys, yeah.
I think it was more than that. It is more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He trusted him the most. That was it.
Yeah.
And they were boys, but.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it came down to the football field, he was the one that he trusted the most. That was it.
3rd down guy.
Yeah.
You been going to practices, or you just?
Oh, I always go by and check them out. Just make sure everybody's happy. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
That's what they want you to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Make sure everyone's happy? Like the receivers are happy, or just the players?
The program. University of Miami. We're all happy. South Florida.
Just the entire South Florida?
Yeah, we're all one.
Dang, that's a big job.
South Florida.
Make sure South Florida's happy.
That's a self-assigned job.
And how do you do that?
Transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
People don't like to be lied to.
Yeah. I'd rather be told a painful truth than someone keeps it real, you know? And there's a way to do it, obviously, but especially in recruiting nowadays, I feel like there's so much just lying, and with all the money involved and everything.
I haven't seen this new recruiting is new to me.
With the NIL?
Yeah, this whole deal. So I'm not really used to that.
Are guys not telling like, oh, I got offered X amount here, da-da-da?
I don't ask them.
You don't? Yeah, you don't.
I don't care about that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they care about it, though.
Oh, yeah, that's their business. They know Coach Sly is...
Not with it?
I'm different. You know, I'm not really a football guy like that. I just happen to know football.
But you do help people make decisions on where to go. And that's a big kind of... Like if a 4-5-star recruit comes up to you and says, I'm being offered X amount here, but this other school is potentially a better football fit. So that's a decision people are having to make. Money versus a long-term maybe, hey, the staff's going to be here longer, they like me more, I'm going to play here earlier, versus, okay, this SEC school is offering me $300,000. Like that's a real thing though too.
Right. You got to do what's best for your future you, not just the present you.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard.
They're young guys.
It's hard because you're 17, you get a new car, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We do a good job of letting them know what the world has in store for them and make sure they don't set themselves up for failure.
Yeah.
So now we're...
Keeping guys level-headed.
Yeah. Keeping guys happy. Because, you know, it's a lot of coaching is just people skills, you know? and dealing with people where they are and getting them from where they are to where you want them to be without any friction, you know, because you have to deal with egos. They're still young men.
Especially at that position. Again, the receiver.
There you go.
No, most receivers are fine, honestly. But definitely have had bad experiences with a few. In JUCO, we had a guy also losing kind of makes things worse. So we were supposed to have a good year at Coffeyville. I ended up like breaking my wrist a few games in. So
I remember this.
Yeah. And we lost a few, like we started like 1-3 or something because I was out. The receiver, dude's a freak, like massive, 6'7", like good route runner, like physically, like you see him on the street, like, hey, that's AJ Green.
Okay.
Should be in the league. A bunch of those dudes, as you know, just all throughout.
Physical profile.
Yeah. But just between the ears mentally, things like adversity, right? Wasn't working out. Goes up to our receiver coach's office, like threatens to kill him.
Wow.
Like murder him. And calls the cops on him and kicked out. Never seen that kid again. But that's the thing. And it's really last chance you. You know, like the Netflix show. That is a lot of people's last chance.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Remember I went to Miami University where it's like Abercrombie and Fitch. It's, you know, just people picnicking on the front lawn.
Just nice Midwest people.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. You know, throwing the Frisbee, hacky sack.
Yeah. But you're still getting good athletes from around the country, though.
Yeah, but we're
like people from different backgrounds or whatever.
It's all skill set based at that school.
Really?
Yeah, it's coaching and skill set. Remember, this is the cradle of coaches. You know, every Ohio State coach, John Pont, Woody Hayes, Bo Schembechler, Eric Parseghian, Harbaugh, McVay. We got 2 NFL head coaches. We had Aaron Cromer.
What was McVay? He was a GA there?
He was a receiver there. He's younger than me.
Oh, he played there?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
So he knows the craft. So when his guys make plays, I get it. When Cooper Kupp is open, I get it.
Puka,
whoever he has that year. Yeah. He'll get some random guy that doesn't fit your profile, and then there'll be a Pro Bowler. That's the craft. He just happens to know it too. He takes it and uses it in the NFL. I take it and use it at a local level. Yeah.
You're like the Bill Belichick of South Florida.
I guess. I'm not sure.
You don't like that?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm saying Bill's got Wes and Edelman and Amendola, you know. Guys who don't fit the profile who end up being very good NFL players.
I'd rather be categorized with McVay because he went to my college. Remember Miami University?
Yeah.
We're stuck together.
Well, Bill is still the best football coach of all time. That's not that bad.
There has to be someone that beats him, and I'm rooting for Sean.
Really? You think he will?
I don't know. I'm rooting for him, though. And there always has to be someone better than the best, right? No? That's human nature. You know, Usain Bolt's time will get beat. I never thought anyone would beat Michael Johnson's time. I mean, we'll just keep evolving. Look how easy these kids catch the ball.
It is crazy.
When I came home and started the camp, everyone beat the drum. Everyone caught with their stomach, and I would hear coaches say, I don't care how you catch the ball, just catch the damn ball. And I'll be like, no, that's not it, you know? So that's why I kind of got involved, because I saw football was being done like that. So I tried to run it in my neighborhood. It's called Miami Gardens now. We call it Carol City. So I tried to run it there, and I just had all this friction trying to get in my little program at the park. So I ended up in Davie.
School.
I ended up, This
was before that?
Yeah, it was the Davie area, so I was bouncing around, okay. Cooper City, Davie. Yeah. Because those were for some reason, I had easier time in Broward County than Dade County, and I'm a Dade County guy. So that's how I got like Buckshot and Elijah and all the Cole Stilley, Monaco. They were all Davie Optimist kids. And Braverman was a WPPO kid. So you see my area. And some of those kids went to U School, some of the kids went to Heritage, but they all practiced with me. And so there was like some mass exodus. I don't know what happened. They all, because I never have anything to do with that. They all kind of like went to U School together, and that's how we became the U School. Yeah. I had no idea what the U School was.
Really?
No. Roger's like, I met Jerome here at the park. Yeah. Because I had like Braverman and some guys, McGarrett, Kings, Butters. And he said, "Oh, you can come use our field." I was like, "Cool." And I was like, "Where is?" He's like, "On campus." No, I didn't even know there was
It's a
school.
beautiful field.
I had no. At that time, it was dirt. It was dirt. There was no field yet.
Really?
Yeah.
It was just grass, dirt.
Yeah. And there was a pebble parking lot.
Oh.
Then they started winning games. Then they got the turf,
the funding and all that,
and the lights. Yeah. And then our program had to move.
Yeah, just
you know how that works.
Yeah.
Then we ended up at Gibbons the next time. So U School, we went there. They started winning state championships. Then we were relocated to Gibbons, and they won state championships. And then we were relocated to Chaminade.
And then number one team in the country.
So
coincidentally. Why doesn't every high school want you to do their camp? Your camp at their... You would think, right? Because then
I don't
it draws everyone, all the best athletes in South Florida to their high school.
I never took any time or energy to think that way. No.
You never thought that?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, I might get mad. I might get mad then. Why would I take my time?
Well, it's just so obvious. Literally, every era of your camp that's bounced around to different schools has been a national powerhouse while you were there. Like, university school had, I don't know, over 12 4 and 5 stars.
Mm-hmm. We picked them from Davie, from PPO, from Tamarack, Jordan Scarlett from Tamarack.
Oh, yeah. All dudes in the league.
We got
great D1 players, all of them.
Sam Bruce from Lauderhill. We got McGarrett Kings from Lauderhill, Braden from WPPL. Yeah.
And then Gibbons.
Oh, but they had some players there already. We inherited, like Devin Gaulden, Quincy Wilson.
Right.
Those guys were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dougie.
Yeah.
They had good players already.
Yeah. That's so weird. It just doesn't make sense to me. But
hey, I just keep doing my thing. Doesn't matter. I'll go to the park. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I got like 12 NFL receivers from the park, so I'm good.
That's true.
Not many people have that.
No.
Not many college coaches have that one.
That is crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm. And I've never coached in an organized situation. I get random kids from South Broward. I have a small little area that I fish from, and limited resources, and have more production than anyone else ever, pretty much.
Wow. Just at that park.
Hmm?
Just at that park.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Because it doesn't matter. Remember I told you, physical profiles are overrated, facilities are overrated sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
You can have the best weight room if the guys aren't motivated to lift, it doesn't matter. Whoops.
Uh-oh. You're good.
So it's all about positioning themselves to be successful.
Yeah. Have you thought about, I know you don't want to move around, but once your kids are older, coaching, like for either in the league or you don't want to?
Nah.
You feel like you can make more of an impact with the younger kids?
I'm retired. I already had a job.
It'll be fun though.
It's fun. My life is fun now. I don't have a job. I do this. I retired.
I guess it's a different thing.
Yeah, that's never been my dream. Remember,
It'd be fun to be an offensive coordinator though. At UM?
I like to go fishing.
You can still fish.
I like to go to my daughter's track meets, go to my son's events.
I was saying once they grow up.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not saying now.
I have no ambition of being a college coach. I've turned down a college job before, so.
No, I know you have. That's why I was wondering about kind of what changed this cycle with Miami.
I'm here. My guys are already there.
Right.
They were already my guys, and they stayed home. So of course I want to be.
All your boys are there.
Yeah, they're accessible.
And it's close by.
Yeah, they're here. So it's like nothing happened, really. It's like
but now you're a part of the program, so now you pull up to practice and all that, so it's different a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different because I get to see.
But you're not doing any on-field stuff though.
No.
At all. Because you don't want to, or just because that's how it panned out.
No, because
it'd be cool to you and KB out there would be. I'll be sick.
I deal with KB all the time. Just not. We just not.
Yeah, but it's different when the pads are on a little bit. Mm-hmm. No?
Yeah, I guess. I've done football for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more about them than me at this point. I've had my day. I don't even like interviews. I don't like being on I don't like being in the spotlight. That's why you never see me.
That's true.
You don't see all the other guys all in their videos all the time, trying to do it with them. Like, I've already done that. I was all American.
You talking about Gold Feet?
I'm talking about whoever does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch anybody else, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even watch college football. I don't watch other trainers. I don't watch any other stuff, so I wouldn't know. So I'm never influenced by anyone because I don't see it. I've never copied anyone because I've never seen anybody else. I only see me. So I was the only camp here. I made up the football camp thing. There was no camp. Premier Athletes was the first camp.
Yeah.
So why would I ever look at anyone else? That means they're looking at me.
Right.
I started it.
Yeah.
The originator.
Yeah.
So they're just, anybody else is going to be either.
No, you're so far ahead. I don't even know of any other ones that exist, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure there are, but I don't know.
Me neither.
But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's, like, footwork guys, but, yeah. You don't like those guys?
No, I don't say anything. Footwork's like, remember I said it's like a myth?
Yeah.
So.
I've never been. I don't know.
I don't know
I'm asking, yeah.
I don't know, but when people say, "Oh, can I come work on the footwork?" I correct them immediately. So
We're not doing footwork. Yeah.
There's no such thing. You know, there's a skill set.
Well, I'd say, I guess what they mean, it's semantics, right? So your release requires feet, and it's footwork.
Walking requires feet. Dancing requires feet.
Yeah.
And it's footwork.
But I get what you're saying. Like the cone drills and like they're throwing all the kind of different equipment and stuff. Like that doesn't apply to ball.
What, the obstacle course thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what you're saying, which I understand.
I've never seen. I mean, I've never. That doesn't translate to 2nd and 7, and you got two slants, and it's inside leverage, and the guy's feet are hard. You know, and his weight is over his shoulders. His weight is over his toes. Cones can't help you there, bro.
No.
You have to know what's going on. You have to know what he's thinking. You have to know what he's responsible for.
Yeah.
You can manipulate him. So the craft is all mental. So I just go out there with a couple cones for body movements to make sure they're not erratic with their body movements so that they can execute the craft at the highest level. So my footwork is, I'm using the word footwork, is...
You just use the word.
Yeah, because that's the only word that everyone would know.
Yeah.
That's why I used to... You didn't see my air quotations?
Yeah.
Air quotes. Okay.
Well, yeah. If you're looking at the video, then yeah.
Oh. So we have... So I correct them and let them know that I want to teach you how to play football. And there'll be 3 or 4 actual footworks that we do. It's just, when do you do them? When do you do it? Do you run down the field and just do it? Or do you do it at a certain specific instant? Or else it's just random movements.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think to play devil's advocate, perhaps maybe like central nervous system training, just to have fast feet. That could be the only thing I could wrap my head around. But in terms of being practical on the football field, I think you're right.
Yeah, it doesn't translate.
Yeah, but if it's just nervous system, quick twitch, muscle fiber, like if there's some sort of study about that, then I could see maybe. But
I could dig it then.
Yeah, some scientific sense.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But no, you're doing very practical, functional training.
There's only certain amount of scenarios you'll ever encounter in football.
Yeah.
And so we rep those scenarios.
Yeah.
So everything is familiar. Remember, people like familiarity. So we'll make sure that everything's familiar. The moment never gets too big for our guys. That's why they're the third down guy.
Because they've seen it all.
Yeah, they're ready for it. And that's why they're confident.
Yeah.
And everyone else, I don't know. So you know who looks at you in the eye in the huddle? It's me. I want the ball because I know I'm going to be open. How do I know I'm going to be open before the snap?
Yeah.
It's a mental advantage. It ain't I'm bigger than him, I'm faster than him.
Yeah.
It's a mental advantage.
That's the coolest feeling, I think, in football when you've watched tape all week, and it's the exact look that you know what they're gonna do, and it just kind of gives you this weird internal confidence that you know exactly what's gonna happen, and then it happens. That was like Brady once he was hitting like late 30s, early 40s when they were asking him like, "Hey, why don't you retire?" Da da da, and the quote was always, "Why would I retire when I now have all the answers to the test?"
Exactly. So. Like as a coach, I've done this forever. So the game keeps evolving, you know? And so I get to evolve with the game because I'm actually involved with the people that are involved in the game. So I have to evolve with them. So I'm a much better coach than I coach with you. Yeah.
Are you saying you're better now?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
How long?
Because it's been a while.
10 years better.
Yeah.
Right.
One day better for 10 years.
Correct. So I met not a million, but I met every
Hopefully
kid.
not.
No, I haven't. I've met the same kid over and over.
Right. A lot of quarterbacks, a lot of receivers.
There's only like 26 personalities in the universe, 26
Really?
type of people, yeah. So
No way.
Yeah, 26, yeah, something like that.
I feel like I've met more than 26.
Type of people?
I think so.
Okay.
You think that why? That's a specific number though. Is that?
Especially when I deal with athletics too, so it gets really small. So I'm going to deal with an athlete between the age of 12 and 20. There's not going to be that much.
Like the quiet kid.
There's going to be the quiet kid. There's going to be the kid that needs self-reassurance. There will be the kid that you need to knock down a little bit.
Too confident.
There'll be the kid that you have to coach quietly. There's the kid you have to coach out loud. There's the kid you have to show. There's the kid that's going to not get it the first time. You have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
There's kids that get it the first time. There's kids that don't want to be coached.
Yeah.
There's kids that already have predetermined opinions about you. So they're just people. You have to coach the people. So, like I always say, the most important skill set in coaching is people skills. How does that person learn it? I have to deal with so many different people, so many different ages, nationalities, backgrounds, home upbringing. So if a kid, he might not look you in the eyes, Maybe that's not important in his home. Or maybe
confidence.
Maybe. That's your job to figure that out.
Yeah.
Is it either not important in his home or is he not confident? That's your job to figure that out. And then you should know how to coach them from there.
Wow.
And once you figure out how they think, I can put myself in the scenario that I'm in the football scenario, and then remember how they think and then give it to them. That's the craft. That's the process of it.
Yeah.
So there might be people that know what I know, but can they teach a 9-year-old and then go teach a 27-year-old?
Yeah.
And then get them both to buy into the same concept?
That's crazy. There's a lot of psychology involved.
Very much so. That's why everyone else is trying to look for certain type of physical profiles. I look for a mental profile. That's why I fight you guys when I say you guys, I mean the media. I fight the media so much with those things because I'm the exact opposite. I look for a mental profile, not a physical one.
I say the same thing. Like people ask me all the time about Caleb, and that's like obviously you could throw the ball. Everyone can throw the ball at that level, but it's the mental part, like the confidence that I think sets him beyond everyone else.
What gives him that confidence? Oh, he has some advantage. He has some mental advantage that probably gives him that confidence.
What do you mean?
He knows something that other people don't.
In terms of skill, like on the field?
Alternative football concepts. One high, two high.
I don't even know if it's that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe some people are just born with it.
I know that sometimes I played for the Lions for a while, and Jim Harbaugh said something about just get the ball out or something like that, right? And McMahon was he was in awe of the comment that Jim said, but Jim was 30 something. This kid was 23. So as you get to the higher levels, they're all about just getting it done, Yeah. At the lower levels, we're caring about how you get it done.
Right.
That's the myths again.
Yeah. They don't care how you do it. It just needs to be done.
It needs to be done. Yeah.
Or you're out.
And you're a pro. You should have known this already.
Wait, Jim was playing quarterback? Or Jim was coaching?
Harbaugh, he's a quarterback.
No, I know his background's quarterback, but he was, Detroit. At that point, he was playing quarterback.
Yeah. Oh. Detroit Lions in 2001 and 2002, he was a quarterback.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Charlie Batch was our starter.
Really?
Yeah, but Jim was
because I knew Jim was in Chicago, but I didn't know he spent some years in Detroit. Okay. That's cool for him, though, because he played at Michigan, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard some interesting stories about Jim.
Yeah. He's fun.
Nothing, honestly, I haven't heard the bad ones, if there are bad ones, more quirky ones.
Yeah, he's fun.
I know he's different,
yes.
which is cool.
That's why I said he's fun.
Yeah, very fun, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you wouldn't think that.
I think you would. I think most people think he's kind of out there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in the Twitter circles like that or media circles, but yeah. I mean, there's a million stories. There's there was a funny one where he was very against eating chicken because it's a nervous bird. So only.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. No, did you know that?
No, but he's
things like that.
He's playing with you guys. That's what he does.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he just trolls?
Yeah, he's trolls. Yeah, that's what he does.
I don't know, but he kind of is like that.
Oh man, no.
There was another funny one. My boy Kyle. So Kyle played quarterback with me at Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
His dad's Pat Shermer, the coach. I think he's offensive coordinator in Colorado now. So Jim's doing an in-home visit with Kyle. It's Jim and the offensive coordinator. And then, so Jim asked to use the restroom. And they like, hey, yeah, the restroom's upstairs. In the middle of dinner, right?
Uh-huh.
So Jim's upstairs for like 20, 30 minutes at this point. They're like, is Jim okay? Like, he's got, stomach issues or something. Like, hey, Kyle, why don't you go check up on Jim? So Kyle walks up the stairs, opens every door, bathroom, and he's like, Jim's not here. Like, what in the world? What could be going on? This is my in-home visit. Goes into his bedroom. Bedroom's open, and he sees everything in his closet is just like sporadic. Everything's thrown out on the floor. He was looking for a football. And so Jim's laying on his back in Kyle's bed, flipping a football up to himself. And he's like, oh, Kyle, thank God you made it up. I wanted to show you this is my drill for perfecting the spiral.
That sounds like Jim. Fun like that.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's fun. Like I said, he's fun.
Right?
Yes. Like,
I mean, fun's a word to use for it. But
I remember my rookie year, they give you stickers. It'll just say Johnson on your helmet.
Yeah. They
right?
still do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he would say, Miami, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, just Miami, Ohio. He could know my whole name. This went on for a long time, too. He would know my name and still call me Miami, Ohio. Because his brother went to Miami, Ohio. So that was the correlation. And we were friends because of that. Because Miami, Ohio.
Right.
Yeah. And just randomly say it for no reason. So it would be eating in this Miami, Ohio. So,
he has Tourette's, dude.
Yeah, no, he's just fun. Yeah, quirky, yeah, he's fun.
Just a different dude.
Mm-hmm.
Real competitive.
Yeah, he's a winner.
I feel like he'd be a cool dude to play for, I think.
Comeback kid.
Why comeback kid?
That's what his name was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was his nickname?
Mm-hmm.
Where did he come back from?
In the games, he would be the comeback kid.
Oh! I thought it was like injuries or
No. Like fourth quarter.
Really?
Down.
That was him?
Yeah.
That fits him.
Yeah. No moment's too big for Jim.
His dad, he looks exactly like his dad too. Did you see him at Michigan?
No.
Like the pops would come down they're exact same people. I mean, that whole family is just psycho competitive, but that's awesome. Like, great people to be around. You
Right.
know?
Right. They're good football minds too. Great football minds.
Great football minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We care about that.
Oh, of course, you need that. What else was I gonna ask you? I was gonna ask you how you think recruiting has changed, just being in, but I guess you don't really dive into that as much.
There's a lot more people involved. I know that now.
What do you mean?
It used to be just, the parent go to the college and talk to the coach, and that's it. Now there's all these other people here and there.
For a recruit or from the school's perspective?
No, from the recruit's perspective, they have all these like handlers and all these other things going
like
on.
managers and.
Yeah.
Is it because of NIL? Because now you can hire agents and that kind of thing?
I'm assuming. I don't even know if you can hire agents.
I think in the state of Florida, you can't.
I'm not exactly sure how that works out. I stay away from that. But I just know that it changed the whole recruiting dynamic because it's like...
now it's not even the kid's decision almost.
Yeah, it's like you got to... It's not building a relationship with the kids. It's like building a relationship with the conglomerate.
The whole team.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, because you sign with like Rock Nation or something, then it's like...
I signed with Rock Nation first.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
No way.
Yeah, I did. Steve Zucker, Jay-Z, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were around back then.
I'm not that old, bro.
I thought it was like a new thing.
No. It was Steve Zucker before.
Who's that?
He was the actual agent for Rock.
Oh, so he ran it, and then...
It was Rockefeller Sport, I believe, though, not
Okay.
Rock Nation. That's when Master P was doing it back then, too. Master P had Ricky Williams.
Ricky.
Yeah.
I had Ricky on the pod.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Ricky's a good guy.
You know, he lives in a forest now.
I believe that. That didn't surprise me.
He was in California, and I drove up a bunch of hours to this random forest in the middle of nowhere in a gold mining town. He just has a house there. He grows his weed because he's got his weed company. It's called Heisman.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Heisman. That's
right?
cool.
And I think he's... Oh, you know what his day job is?
What's that?
He's an astrologer.
Wow.
You know, like with the constellations
Yes.
and...
Yeah.
Pluto is facing us right now, so all that.
A lot of
He's different.
a lot of like skill players aren't 100% meatheads, you know? Not like typical football players.
That was the cool thing about Ricky is like he legitimately was the best running back on the planet for a few years, but like he didn't really care that much about ball. Like he cared,
Right.
but not in the sense you would think as a fan. Like he had all these other interests, which to me is always the most interesting thing.
Most football people are like that.
You think? I feel like a lot of guys just play ball and then play video games and don't do much else.
Oh, but now when I say that, video games going to be mad in college football.
Yeah,
Football.
That's true.
You just need a break sometimes.
But I'm saying like legitimate, like passions in other fields, which is rare.
Well, yeah, at the highest level, yes, it is rare. Yeah, because you don't have time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, enough to quit. He was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go practice yoga in India. Right?
I get it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that didn't pursue football as much as other people probably thought they should have,
because they were so talented. You're saying?
Because they fit physical profile, they were doing well. Yeah, so it seemed as if they should continue playing football, and they're like, yeah.
They weren't that into it.
I went to one of those schools where, like Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Guys had jobs waiting for them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're not trying to go to the league? They're like, no, I'm going to make $150K
right.
starting on.
Right at it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about getting cut.
I mean, it's more stable.
Yep.
I mean, football is crazy.
Yep.
You can be a legitimate Pro Bowler 1 year and then 2 years later out the league.
Oh, my goodness.
Easily.
It's happening right now.
Oh, yeah. Especially at the running back position.
Yeah.
In and out.
They're training over receivers, too.
Are they? I feel like there's a little more leeway.
Because there's more on the team.
Yeah, which is nice. Quarterback, too active.
They're training
64 on the planet. And then you got 15 guys coming in every year who are dogs. And zero sum, so then that's 15 out. Where are they going to go?
Right. Next man up.
Canada, UFL, I don't know. Even UFL. I know a lot of guys in the UFL who are very, very good football players, spent time in the league, who are out. Like, you know CJ Calvin Jackson? He played at Washington State. Yeah. No, he played Flanagan.
He didn't play Cold Springs Charter?
He might have. I don't know.
Yeah, he went to University of Toledo?
No. He played at Washington State.
State.
He was on the Jets.
I'm sorry, I don't remember that one.
It's Peasy's boy from Flanagan. I think he went to Flanagan.
No, he couldn't have went to Flanagan. That was JP's only went there 1 year. He was at Coral Springs prior.
Oh, so he might have been at Coral Springs.
He could have been. Yeah, he was at Coral Springs. That's the same guy.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
But like he played very well for the Jets. Like caught a game-winning touchdown. Cam got cut. Like deserves to be on a roster. Tons of dudes like that. Crazy.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of that stuff is relationship based. You gotta have the right agent. You gotta, you gotta have
timing.
I mean,
like Peasy's another guy.
It's relationship based.
I don't know how you lead that entire league in receiving and don't even get into training camp. Not even training camp. Like even if you got into camp, played 3 preseason games, got cut, maybe got to a P squad, like not even. Led the entire league in receiving. I mean, he's short. That's the only thing. But the production's there. And it's like, okay, maybe he doesn't have any production in college, but he only had 1 year. Balled at Ole Miss. Best conference in college football.
He also did well at Western Kentucky as well.
Yeah. But then, I mean, I don't know, a hater could say smaller program, da-da-da. Did it at a big program. Did it at the pro level. I don't know. Stuff like that. Drives me crazy. It's hard. It's yeah, I mean, I see why a lot of guys stop. It's a hard thing.
And the game keeps changing. So, 2 years ago, the game was different from now. And 2 years from now, it'll be different. The profile keeps changing. It used to be, the small guy for a long time. The Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce.
Skinnier guys?
No, just shorter guys that were hard to cover. When they went to the tall DB, then they went to the small receiver for a while. Then they went to the big receiver. Like they went from like Isaac Bruce to like Julio Jones, Randy Mosses, Calvin Johnson. So it went big. And so the corners went big. And big corners can cover big receivers, you know?
Yeah.
So then it went to, now it's the middle receiver. It's the Jamar Chase. It's the Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
It keeps moving. So
cyclical.
So PZ just missed his time. You got to wait for it to come back.
Yeah.
It happens like that.
We would have been Pro Bowler like 10 years ago.
Right. I'll say yeah, that's when that type of receiver was, you know. And there were a lot more, back then there were a lot more, I would say, more involving routes. Now not so much. Now they say you're doing too much. So the game it's changed. It keeps changing.
Yeah.
But you have to keep up with that or else you'll be lost.
You know what's another crazy one? I threw with this guy probably like a few months ago, right when he got cut from the Niners. His nickname's Tig. I'll look up his full name. Isaiah, I think, something like that. But so he was a dog at like a group of 5 school. I forgot the name of it. Like great production, size. You can't even say he's small. Like he looks physically like a big NFL receiver. Jacked. He didn't even get rookie minicamp tryout, nothing, like 0.
Who was his agent?
I don't know. He's not a good agent. He fired him. And so he's like, how is this possible? And he posts practice one-on-one clips.
Smashing people.
Where he's going crazy, like whips where he's got like 8 yards, like just very good routes. Blows up. Like ESPN posted it, NFL, Instagram account, everything, like millions of views. And he like, because of that one post, the Niners signed him. Not like, hey, come work out for us. Like, hey, you're signed on the roster. Spent like 10 out of 17 weeks there. Ended up getting cut. Now he's in the UFL. Okay. But he just had to take initiative. I'm like, there's so many guys like that. It's crazy. And balled in the preseason. Like, every game had about like 4 or 5 catches. Playing like a quarter and a half. Wow. Like, he told me that story. And I'm like, dude, this is insane. Isn't that crazy?
It doesn't sound crazy. Yes, it is.
I've never heard of anything like that, where he had to post something and it went viral.
It's politics. When you play like I played the Z, you know? So Desmond Howard was the starting Z. And like
in Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. So if it's a run play, I'm in, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, 1s, 2s, whatever. Yeah. But if it's a pass play, he's in.
Yeah. Give him the deep post against quarters.
That's how it works, period. And it doesn't matter how many plays you make if you're not the guy they want to make the plays. That's that. Remember, it's entertainment. They came to see Desmond. They didn't come to see me. They came to see that other guy that came from a big school that already has a fan base.
Name recognition.
If you play at UCLA and you're at San Fran, I can count on 7,000 people coming for you.
Yeah. Jersey sales.
Yeah, you're local. People love familiarity. Yeah.
That's the thing about receiver, too. At that level, you can scheme guys touchdowns.
Yeah, you can get them open.
Yeah.
I can tell you that this person's going to score.
Because you're running a certain play against a certain look. You motion them in. You practice that play all week. Hey, we get cover 2 here. You know, you're taking this down the middle, whatever. I mean, it could be anything. And, like, you're scheming guys touchdowns.
You're putting guys in.
So, like, the trick is, how can I be that guy?
The trick to being that guy is either getting picked as that guy or having to take that position, which is usually the harder one, you know?
That is the harder one.
Yeah.
You're better off route A.
Yeah, hopefully. But if you can't go route A, you kind of have to wait for the other guy to mess up. So you have to over-exaggerate doing the right thing. You have to take care of your body. So you have to wait for them to be late to a meeting, pull a hamstring, or have an attitude or something for you to get your chance to do what you can do. That's why character is so important.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to weather those storms until it's your turn.
How did you do it with Desmond? You just had to wait?
He was always the guy.
Yeah.
That's that. We weren't winning anyway. We weren't good.
Really? Those were the bad Detroit years? They're good now.
Yeah, now they're good.
Well, my boy Almon's going crazy.
Yeah. I root for them. That was my first real paycheck, so.
That's your team now? Because you played for them.
I'm a Dolphin fan.
Really?
Yeah.
More than Detroit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I grew up here.
I'd be salty that I didn't take me. So I'd be like, bro, screw y'all.
Not true. Then I would have to be salty at everyone that didn't take me in Florida.
Yeah.
I played college in Miami, Ohio, and I could be salty at UCF and USF. No, none of that. Everything happens perfectly. Everything happens for a reason. Things don't just happen. Nothing's random in the universe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you grew up a Miami fan?
My Dolphins, yeah, and
Both.
Yeah, my cousin's Melvin Bratton. So I was always on campus. I was always, down there with Alonzo Highsmith, Topper Baines. Those were kind of like my babysitters,
That's cool.
So, yeah.
What years were those?
87 to 89.
Yeah, so they were winning a lot.
Yeah, they were not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was just here.
You were just, yeah.
Yeah, I was just there.
I didn't realize how nice those football facilities are until I spent a week there throwing at the indoor, just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
It was my first time. I was like,
that's nice.
Why isn't everyone coming here?
They don't know yet.
And this is me talking from I love Vanderbilt, I love USC. From this is beautiful. This is probably the nicest air, just everything included. Because there's nicer facilities, but there's not nicer facilities in more beautiful cities.
Right.
I walk out, there's palm trees,
total package.
The female students, I'm like, oh my God, this place is great. Why isn't everyone coming here?
I can tell you, I had never really come down to campus since then, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
Until you started working with them?
It's so hard to get to Coral Gables, bro.
Yeah, it's it's an hour from up here.
Getting to UM was hard for me.
It's an hour.
Yeah, and I don't live that far. Well, now I do, but prior to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't as accessible, and now they're making it. You come on down. They're making it accessible to the hometown kids, which is building the familiarity. It's easy to say no when you don't have any ties. Easy.
So they're being more open now.
It's hard. Yeah, they're more accessible to the people I know of. Okay. Maybe they've always been accessible, but
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm learning now. But
you would think that's what they should have been doing for a while.
This staff is doing a good job of that.
Yeah.
So that's all we can do is move forward. So from anything north of, Miami High, all the way to Broward, we're pretty much making sure that everyone's familiar with the U.
Comes to campus, just inviting teams and coaches and all that.
Just let them know that it's open.
Just to come check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never been like that before. It's never been part of the community. So now it's part of the community.
Yeah.
And that's big. That's the game changer. That's the game changer. So there's a sense of loyalty now, and there's a sense of ownership. So it'll be hard for whoever. I know you like the SEC Vanderbilt kid.
I love it.
It'll be harder for them to come and try and scoop one of the guys now that people are more familiar with. I
just didn't realize how nice it was.
It's
I walked by the lounge on the way, because it goes athlete lounge, weight room, indoor field, kind of that path.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hold on, can we just stop here in the lounge for a second? I'm like, I want some snacks, bro. I kind of just want to lay on this couch. I'm like, this place is great. And this is coming from not a UM fan,
Wow. Yep.
I was like, wow. I don't understand how someone could take a visit here and be like, nah, let's go to Oxford, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Unless they offered an extra $1 million or something crazy, in which, hey, I'm right there. But I'm like, yo, I've been to Oxford, Mississippi. This is not the same.
No, not at all. Far cry.
Not the same.
We are, the community, we are a lot more vested in University of Miami football program now than any other time prior to. That's why it was so easy to go other places, because there was no it's not like you're breaking up with anybody. So now it's like you're breaking up with someone.
Yeah.
A little harder, a little less.
You think the community's rallying around it because they're welcoming more people? Is that what it is?
I believe so, and it seems as if it's
starting to click.
Yeah. Cohesiveness, intertwining. And that's, if you keep the guys at home, I don't care what they're rated.
That's always the thing, yeah.
We win, yeah. So a 3-star in Florida is like a 5-star somewhere else. Since
You think Florida's by far the best state for high school football?
At the skill positions,
Yeah.
yes. And at the O and D line, we're one of the best.
Yeah. For sure, D-line. I don't know
Yeah.
about offensive line, but...
Yeah. That's why
I got beat up a little bit.
That's why I kind of put them together.
Yeah.
Our D-line was smashed, yeah.
No, we have good edge rushers.
Yeah,
For sure.
we do.
Very good. I mean, there's speed.
Yeah.
There's speed. There's
Yeah.
just... Yeah.
That's what we have. Speed and
That
toughness.
is what we have.
Speed and toughness. So we should be good.
Yeah. National championship this year. Boom.
Boom.
Called it.
I like it. Go Canes.
Because of Coach Sly Johnson.
Oh, man. Don't give me that
you're
credit.
keeping everyone happy. Happy team, happy city, wins football games,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's our goal.
So when someone's disgruntled, they just send them to you.
No, my job is to make sure no one's disgruntled.
Ooh. So they never even get to that point.
No.
Because of you.
Just because of the communication.
Yeah.
Sometimes there needs to be a conduit.
Someone people trust and
On
are
both-
familiar with.
On both sides. This is not the college recruiting of old, you know?
So you're like a liaison between the players and the coaches. I don't know. I'm just kind of...
You're coming up with a new name now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I'm
Yeah.
trying to wrap my head around it because I've played a lot of college football,
Mm-hmm.
longer than most. Played 7 years
Wow.
because I got injured a lot,
Yeah, I remember.
and it's just something unique. So I was trying to figure it out.
It's new to all of us. I'm just, I've never had that many kids stay home. Never.
Mm.
All the kids always went away, so it's never been a.
That's true. Everyone does. Yeah, go away.
Yeah, so I just went fishing. And so now that guys are here, my guys are here. The only games I watch were like your games, or
Yeah.
yeah,
The guys you know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So when you start asking about the team, they're like,
No clue.
I can tell you about the receivers that were recruited in that class probably because I watched 30 seconds of the film. Tell you if they're good or not.
So that's an asset. So Mario will be like, hey, I'm recruiting this receiver. Will you watch like a minute or two? And you're like, yeah, offer him. No, don't offer him. Is that kind of like a part of it too? You're able to kind of evaluate guys?
I do that.
Maybe faster, more efficient?
I do that on the front end, usually like with the younger kids that you know. Like this kid will probably have the potential to play at a high level later on.
Yeah.
So young kids.
Oh, but not high school recruiting.
That's their specialty.
Yeah.
I help out, but
I feel like you're the best at it. I mean, you know, I don't know. If I were Mario, that's what I would do. I would have you head of recruiting and receiver coach.
I'm glad you ain't Mario.
No, I'm not.
No, he's great though. Everyone's great. Everyone's great around there.
Yeah, there's a lot of familiar faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got Bears down there.
They got like an
Roland.
all-star crew of like
Yes,
the South Florida
Coaching.
most well-known coaches.
they do.
It was like,
That's another.
it's insane.
Now you see what I'm saying about how they're merging with the community. You get it now. That's never been the case.
Not on this scale.
Not on this scale. We had Solinger before.
Who's that?
He was from Miami Southridge. He was the head coach at Southridge for years with like Troy Davis.
Oh, and then they brought him
Yeah, he was the running back coach for like McGahee,
in.
the Porters, the whole run, the running back run.
Yeah.
He was a local guy, but I don't remember them having this many local guys.
Yeah.
So
it's like as if they made an Excel sheet of here's the 10 to 12 most best coaches or most well-known figures in South Florida, and like let's figure out a way to bring them in.
Mm-hmm. It seems
Literally.
It seems as if like that was. I'm not just saying it out loud. Like it's an all-star cast. So
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got Rumpf and Martin. and,
Roland Smith won like a
Yeah.
trillion state championships at
Yeah.
Miami Central. I don't even know what he's doing. I just saw him there. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, what's
Yeah,
up?
yeah.
Literally have no clue what he's doing.
Mhm.
Cooney, no clue what he's doing when he's there.
Yeah, I used to train Cooney.
I heard.
Yeah, that's my guy.
I heard.
Yeah, that's
I
funny.
didn't know he played receiver like that.
Yeah, he was pretty good too.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got you. I don't know if you know Coach Varner, but he coached me as well. Don Varner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, Coach Don.
People from all over. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like every 2 steps, I'm like dapping up a new person. I had no idea you were here.
Right. That's why they're, so relevant
Yeah.
with the people that are grassroots.
Huh.
So
That's smart.
I mean, before it was all hearsay. We like this kid, and then they recruit him, and then everyone that's grassroots level is like, I don't know why they kept that one,
Because, yeah, it's like if you know kind of thing.
Yeah, like, oh, he's a head case, or, oh, he's high maintenance, or,
Yeah.
or, they don't deal with adversity well. But
Right.
if you're not grassroots level, you would never know.
These guys are plugged in with the scene more.
With
the scene versus like,
Mm-hmm.
grabbing a guy from the Midwest who he can adjust, but he's not familiar with. You have to head out.
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's a different thing. So someone who's plugged in with the scene.
Yep, and they'll be able to, know the person and let them know how this person would adjust. Because remember, it's people first. How will this person adjust to the program
Yeah.
and the people?
How long do you think until the program is back to when you were growing up, like those 80s national championship era time?
Hopefully we're at
Now.
the beginning of it now.
Yeah. I think it's possible.
The old recipe was keep the home kids home. That would always work for us. So now it seems as if that's the new move. I mean, it's always been the idea, but now it's
Yeah.
actually moving toward that way.
Harder, tougher in practice than in theory.
In the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like the camp.
I'm saying the idea of it sounds great, but it's hard. 'Cause I think I think Manny Diaz tried to do the same thing. I think Randy Shannon. I mean, Shannon did do it with all the #1 class in the country, all the Northwestern kids. I guess that one didn't work out, but
You said it. I've never had any dealings with anyone before. Knowing anyone down there.
no. But when I was in LA, that's what they would always say at SC is like, keep the California kids, you're good.
Yep.
UT at Texas, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's those 3 are the main ones.
Right.
Those 3 states.
So we had to divvy some of the players up, but not anymore.
Yeah.
And we had to fight with other states like Alabama and Georgia.
College football is crazy, man. I love college football.
Yeah.
I like it so much better than the league in terms of as a consumer of it. No?
Nah, I watch.
You don't really watch ball.
Yeah, not like that. Remember, just nails on the wall. Nails on the chalkboard.
Is that what it is? Like when you watch it, is there just too many guys not with the craft? With the nails on the chalkboard?
Every main receiver on the team, like every NFL team, the #1 guy usually has a super skill set.
Well, I was saying about college. Like why you don't watch much college ball?
Because my kids aren't involved in it.
Mm.
I watch people I know.
Yeah.
I watch the teams of the players I know. So
You don't watch Miami Ohio play Toledo on Tuesday night?
I watched Miami Ohio play Miami Hurricanes.
Did they play?
Yeah, this year, first game.
No, this year they play Florida. You guys play Florida.
No, last year.
Oh.
When I said this year, I meant this season.
Last season.
Past
Okay,
season,
okay,
yes,
okay,
I'm sorry,
okay.
yeah. It was the first game.
Really? That's cool. That would have been cool for you then.
Yeah, I was there. It was cool. Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah. I was like,
How was that? How did that go?
I said, go Miami.
Yeah, exactly. who were you rooting for?
Yeah, Restrepo.
Just the individual players?
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's different when you have a personal connection with guys.
Yeah.
You want your guys to succeed.
I didn't want to get blown out or anything, but,
Respectable score.
Yeah, I didn't want to get embarrassed, but I was rooting.
Did they get blown out?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
Sad.
Yeah.
We usually do well against the big school.
Yeah.
That's the olden days, though. I don't know.
That's the Coach Sly days.
That's the cradle of coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Payton was there right before me, so we were still running his schemes. So
Really?
So Van Peasy got there. And then Greg Seaman and Aaron Cromer, Kevin Wilson. Remember him from Oklahoma?
Mm-mm.
He won they were a top 5 team. Quentin Griffith and
Yeah.
that whole run. Yeah, those were all our different coaches in college. So I got schemes and concepts from each one of them, and I see which ones overlap, and I saw that the continuity of what held true in football, and I just picked
Yeah,
here
you
and
can
there
pick and choose.
and made my own gumbo. So
Yeah, that's how I feel because I've played it with so many different offenses. So I've gone like hardcore pro style, where like you're calling protections, you're IDing the mic, you're under center, deep play action, like very traditional old school pro style.
right.
And then the complete 360 of that is leech air raid system. And then kind of something in the middle, which is what Lincoln did, which is air raid with pro style principles, which seems paradoxical, but that's what makes him so great is he combines a lot of those different.
The concepts are the same. Usually, you're high low and you're fast break and you're in and out.
Somewhat, but he's so creative that like there's a lot of things I've never seen before. I was like, wow. Like usually all the concepts are the same, but this dude operates on a different level. I was like, I've never seen this before. There's no way this works. And then he pops up the teach tape of Kyler and Hollywood Brown in the Big 12 championship. I'm like, oh, all right, it does work.
Yeah, Hollywood has the
He
crap,
thinks
though.
different. Hollywood does?
Yeah. South Broward, Chaminade kid.
You coached him?
Come sometime. He's a local kid.
He was at, oh, no, that was Zay. Zay was at Pro Day. Flowers.
He was at, I believe, South Broward, and then went to a JUCO.
JUCO in L.A.
And then, so these college coaches were calling me about this kid.
Yeah.
You know, like, are you good? You coach this kid? And I help any local kid.
Of course.
So I go and look him up. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be great.
You didn't know?
I think he came to camp a couple times, but we have hundreds of kids. I wouldn't know.
Right.
But
you weren't close with him.
No, he was from South Florida, and schools were calling about him. I was vouching for him.
Well, that one worked out.
Yeah. He was the only one that I didn't know. I think I called around too. I was like, hey, you know this kid? Marquise Brown, you know this kid? And everyone was like, yeah, he's a great kid. There was a kid in the camp at South Broward, Q. He played at Central Florida. And I guess that was his like dad's nephew or something like that, cousin or something like that. And
he vouched for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I watched his film and I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah.
That's cool that they're calling you just for any South Florida prospect. Like that's who you're the guy to talk to.
That's crazy.
You know,
yeah.
like they don't even know if they just assume that you coached him. Receiver, skill guy.
He had a couple of the concepts and those stick out on film, like the foot in the ground and catch with the hands. The other things you may not notice so well, but those things are kind of, and that they'll say, oh, he must be a Sly guy, and that worked out for him.
Yeah.
It worked out for us all. So anytime anyone from the area does well, we all do well.
Yeah. Was it rising tide lifts all boats?
Yep. Yep. So the South Florida receiver kids, if we can get that whole group to be a solid group, then that's when we start having multiple players in the league at the same time. Because
you already do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like multiple on the same team. We already do. Like a Jerry Jeudy with Elijah Moore, when we start.
Is Elijah still in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, so they are on the same team. There you go.
We start overlapping again, like Mike White with Anthony Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we start overlapping.
Yeah.
So that's cool. They're all from the camp. That's why I say that.
Yeah.
So they'll start overlapping again in the league here in about 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to start getting crazy.
Yeah, we got a good group. I got a bunch of young kids, too.
Really? Some dogs? You get to already tell, like, this is the next. Yeah.
Yeah. You can, like I told you can tell by the personality, their skill set, and how tall they grow will depend on their stars.
Right.
So they'll have the same skill set, but if they're 5'11", and, not the fastest kid, they'll be a 3-star. But if they're 6 foot and run track, like a 10'8" kid, they'll be like a 4-star. But it'll be the same kid.
Same production, probably.
Same skill set.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, same production, yeah.
Or at least close. Because they have the same skill set.
Similar, yeah. So Braverman might not ever get any jump balls, but he'll be open like
right,
Ridley.
Which is what's important, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool that you can see it from such a young age, too. You see guys develop.
It's a buy-in. If they mentally can own the concept, it's a teaching. If they can mentally own the concept doesn't go away. It'll reign true through football. There's only so many concepts, so many coverages. There's 1 high safety or 2 high safeties. It's an in-breaking route or out-breaking route.
And if you're doing it from age 8, it's like
It becomes,
it's absurd,
mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one's doing that around the country. Very few people.
And I talk to them like that from day one, so I don't change my verbiage just because it's a child. I speak to them the same way as I speak to an adult. So it becomes to the point where I can coach them very quickly because I have a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
So it'll be to me and Coach Gerby. It's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's like 100 kids.
Yeah.
You know? How do you control 100 kids? How do you coach 100 kids?
Yeah.
How come I never have a fight? You know? How come we never have any kind
There are never, yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I heard you one time also kind of describing, because there's always kind of like that competitive nature in terms of like getting reps. Guys always like wanting to get more.
I did that on purpose.
Right. Yeah, I want to hear you kind of like, we'll finish up on that. Because that's kind of like an interesting concept. It's like
so
seeing who's a dog, right?
Right. So the camp is
So it's one-on-ones.
No. It'll be broken up into age groups like it's people that are matched up similarly until the end. I'll put 14-year-olds with 17-year-olds. You know, I'm not expecting to win the rep ever. You better not be winning.
Right.
But you want to see if he's up for the challenge, and if he's going to use his skill set under pressure. Because when people get under pressure, they'll revert back to what they know. So I'll teach them something at 12:45 or something, and then at 1:45, put him against a kid that he shouldn't win against, and see if he's going to do what I said or do what he did before. Now let me know who he is. That's how I can tell you who's going to be good.
Whoa. That's cool. To see if he's going to revert to his old ways.
Yeah.
See if the moment's too big.
Yeah, the moment isn't too big with all the cameras and all their parents.
Right, because there's a lot of people there, yeah.
Yeah, it ends up
and it's all your peers, so,
yes.
you know, you don't want to be embarrassed. Like, that's a real thing.
Right.
You get clowned.
Right.
People are recording it. Now you go on Twitter or TikTok or whatever, you know?
You got to deal with your parents on the way home in the car.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Oh, I know.
So I know that each kid.
I have a bad Sunday at Sly's. I'm on the way home. My pops is just... That's a bad weekend right there.
Every parent does the same thing, so I try to let them know that it's a process of growing themselves into that, because every kid goes through that.
Yeah. JJ
and JoJo, they didn't get reps when they were younger. They were trying to fight to get one, you know?
Yeah.
Because Restrepo was bullying him.
Right.
You get it?
Yeah.
Because that's what he's taught to do. I'm like, man, don't let them young guys get in front of you.
Right.
Or young guys. And then I'll go back to young guys. Man, don't let Restrepo just keep skipping. Yeah. So I go around and amp them all up.
You're just pinning guys.
Yeah. First, so the camp will be, you know, all broken up until about the last 20 minutes. And I'm like, everybody together. And you'll see eyes light up.
Right, right.
You'll see who people are really, really, really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And so I can tell you, we can, if on third down and the stadium's going crazy, can you count on this guy? I'll be able to tell you that before you find out too late.
Damn. The psychology behind it's fascinating.
Yeah.
And even if they don't have it, they could probably build it up too, I bet.
Yeah.
Because I bet there's guys who start off scared and then slowly they get more confident, and that's your job, you know, as a teacher too.
Right. It's to give them the confidence, give them the mental advantage.
Right.
To the point where they feel as if they can beat that 17-year-old. Even if they can't. But the fact that they think they can is good enough at that point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool. I know you got a camp to go to. So thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. That was awesome.
Thank you, Mo.
It's good to see you.
Good seeing you. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
believe you're all grown up now.
Somewhat. All right. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks.